Hi guys, welcome. All right, first live stream of the day. 199 super chats, skip the line. The free questions will be answered in the order that they are received as best as I can. And you can start sending them the questions whenever you're ready. Oh, she's spitting up a little bit. She passed her hearing test today on both sides. Both sides. All right, baby. All right, you all right? What happened? What? All right. Okay. And then we went for a walk. We did about a half hour. And I'm going to stay on here for about an hour. I'm going to go out for another half hour. I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. And then I'm going to come back on again later tonight. Or after my 3 o'clock appointment. Eni, love. You got a lot of passion coming in around you. Once you set up boundaries and you start laying down the law, a soulmate relationship moves forward quickly. You also have some money coming in, which is a side note, and letting go of past regrets. So start establishing some clear boundaries and not taking any more crap from anyone, and your love life is going to flourish. TD. How is the Aries feeling about me currently? Okay. There's cause for celebration around the two of you. He comes in out of the blue. If you haven't seen or spoken to him, he should be showing up soon. Here's the Aries. And you have magic around the situation. So he's either intending to call, intending to meet up. It's like you're on his mind. You're in his head and on his mind. You're going to see him soon, I think. Inez, what does Trime think about me? Okay, what does Trime think about me? All right, I don't know who this person is to you, but this is what the cards are saying. This person feels that you're a loving soul and that you're very down to earth, very well grounded. They also feel like you have a lot of passion, but they think sometimes you may be a little bit overly anxious or overly critical. They think that between you and them, now I don't know what your relationship is, that you guys are meant to be in each other's lives. Now, if you're just friends, it could be a very close friendship. If there's something more there, there's something more there. It's the card, the Judgment card, which would indicate divine intervention has brought the two of you together for a greater purpose. You also have a wish around this person. So you can turn this relationship into anything that you want. You can move forward. You can keep things the way they are. It's almost like the kind of thing where they're meant to be in your life in some regard, no matter how that regard is. They're meant to be there, or they're meant to be around the perimeter of it. Chloe, do you see me and Mark going on a date? Okay. Is there a date coming up for Chloe and Mark? You got a 70% chance that you guys are going to be going on a date. I think so. I think that too, with a 70% chance, you can make it happen. AJ Mall. How is he feeling about me putting our son in daycare? I think he's worried it's going to be a financial drain. But he thinks that you make good decisions. He trusts your decisions. He looks at you as a partner or soulmate partner, a life partner, someone who's always going to be part of his life. And he trusts your decisions. I think he may be worried about the cost, but otherwise he trusts you to make good decisions. Susie, what will Steve make of the message I sent him? Okay. All right, I'm not sure what you said, but it looks like it might knock him over a little bit, or he may be taken back, or a little bit twisted. I don't know what you said to him, but the Hierophant and the Magician are both in reverse, which could indicate either him feeling like he's out of control or he doesn't know what to do, a little bit unnerved. But eventually, it leads to happiness. So I think you made the right decision. Whatever you sent him, initially it may not seem like you did the right thing, but I think long term you did. Hey, what's going on over there, Mommy? What happened? T. Yvette, general for the week to come. Okay. What's going on? Oh, Cameron, I'll get to you next. I didn't see it. Okay, the week to come for T. Yvette. Walking away from things that no longer serve you. Moving forward quickly out of the blue with passion and vigor to something that is meant to be, and karma is coming in. Karma is, you're going to see karma happen this week or within the next 10 days to 2 weeks. All the good that you put out there is going to come back to you, and you may watch somebody else pay for what they, you know, something stupid that they did. Cameron. What was that? How does the Aquarius QJ feel about me? Should I reach out or wait for him? Okay, let's see. They feel spiritually connected to you, and they feel like very focused. So this here could be more focused on work and school right now, whatever it is they do all day. So if you haven't heard from them, this could be why. They're genuinely busy, or they're genuinely putting in all their efforts into whatever it is they spend all day doing. Work, school, a new job, a new, what do you call it? Skill. There's going to be an offer in front of you that you can't refuse, and your urge to use your intuition. So here's the thing. This is how I feel about reaching out to people. If you have reservations and you're nervous and anxious about it, it's not the time to do it. However, if you are just reaching out to a random friend, if you are reaching out to a family member like a cousin or a mother, grandmother, something like that, you wouldn't think twice. You would just reach out. So my thing is that if you take the initiative and you reach out to this person, you're going to talk to them. Chances are greater that you will have a conversation with that person sometime this week, if not today, if you reach out to them. If you wait, you can spend a lot of time waiting. So I don't ever suggest that people wait unless they're feeling really unconfident and they're questioning it. Putting out questioning, putting out not feeling confident is that's what you're gonna cultivate. So the thing is that, like, a lot of my friends I don't see or speak to every day, but I can call them. Like my friend Mark, I haven't spoken to, his birthday's in August. That's the last time I spoke to him. He didn't even know about Avery. But the other day he sent me a text message that said, how big was the snake in my garage? Which is a very long story. But at one time when we were in high school, there was a snake that was in his garage, like a gardener snake or whatever. So it's like, he didn't have to think, oh my God, should I text her? Does she want to hear from me? Does she not want to hear from me? You know what I'm saying? So it's when you have that kind of anxiety about the situation, don't do it. When you're feeling confident, send it. If I were going to reach out to Mark right now, I would pick up the phone and not think twice about it. And if he didn't answer, I wouldn't think twice about it. And I wouldn't be like, you think he's going to call me back? Maybe he won't call me back. Is he going to call me back? He hasn't called me back yet. He hasn't called me back yet. So you know what I'm saying? It's like the energy that's around it. I would suggest that you reach out first. Okay. I'm sorry if that was a big windbag explanation. I see Vicky donated through PayPal. Okay, here's the question. Is this, oh no, that's not the question. You got that? I'm going to answer for Susie. I didn't see Vicky's question yet. He went silent again. Is this going to stop? Okay. You got a 99% chance that it does stop. So I would suggest trying to hang in there a little bit. Okay, Vicky, after texting last week, will Richard and I be in contact more now and when? Okay, is there more communication and contact coming in between Vicky and Richard? 70% chance, yes. If one of you is a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, that goes up even higher than 70%. And let me, I'm going to pull a playing card to get some timing. The Two of Clubs. I think that communication starts to pick up in the month of February. The clubs would be this summer, so it could be something like communication picks up in February, and between February and the summertime, things start to grow, and then in the summertime, things take off on another level. All right, I'm up to Inez. Is T interested in me or just being friendly? Okay. Okay, I got a 33% chance that he's interested in you. So I do think that it's more than just being friendly. I think that it's crossed his mind. There's enough of an interest there. If you were willing to, or you wanted to pursue it, I would tell you to, because 33% chance, it's not super crazy high, but there's enough of an interest there. I think so. Okay. Let me get that one. JMac, general reading for February. You might have to take a leap of faith in February. There's a creative project around you or a creative endeavor. Don't hold yourself back. You may feel like you've invested a lot of time and effort in something and didn't see a payoff. That just may be the theme of February, but moving into March, I think things pick up for you. Somebody comes in out of the blue, possibly that you haven't heard from for a while. You have a lot of people around you in the month of February. You got water signs and you have earth signs. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you may be spending a lot of time at home, around home, or redecorating or furnishing a home. Something else is going on around your home. I think February is going to be a lot of people, like a lot of hanging out with people and people being around. Aaliyah O. Spirit inside advice on terminating a pregnancy. Okay. Let's see what the spirit cards say. Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to possibilities. Seven of Air, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. The 10 of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull some playing cards and see. Life changes quickly and it leads to happiness. It also shows creativity here, which obviously creativity could be the creation of a child. There's a fire sign around you and the happy home is delayed. So, I mean, this is a tough decision and nobody can tell you what to do. This is something that you're going to have to decide yourself. But it does show happiness. And it shows that life changes quickly. So if you don't have any children right now and life is changing fast and it leads to happiness, I would think that you probably would not choose to terminate. But you know what it's your decision. It's a very, very, very tough decision. But I wish you the best. Good luck. And we're here to be supportive of you no matter what you decide. And if you decide that you did want to keep the baby, there's a lot of support out there. Oh, Dylan is good. Dylan came with me and Avery today for our walk, and I'm really impressed with how good he's walking with me, with her being in the stroller, and he's not trying to like pull all over the place. You know, because I'm new at all this. I'm very new at all this, but we went to the doctor. She passed her hearing test, and now we went out for a walk. Because I got to lose some of this weight. And I'm going to go out for a walk again later. But I'm very impressed with Dylan. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not much into sports. I didn't even know who won. I think Kansas won, right? I don't know. I think somebody told me that. Dylan, relax. Ashmita. Why did RJ not reply to my last message? Is he upset? Okay, let's see. Is he upset? Hey. Come on, lay down. All right, I'll get you some food. Hold on. He's not upset. You got the 10 of cups. He's not upset. He may just be busy or he just hasn't gotten to it, but he's not upset. All right, let me just give him some food. Give him some food. Oh, you're hungry. All right, buddy. Oh, no, we're not going to eat in the bed. You're going to eat here on the floor. I've been sleeping on this futon because it's next to her crib. But there's like a bar or something in the center of it. It's fine. I'll live. But we're not going to eat dog food in my bed. Okay, Ashmita, when is it likely that he will start more contact? Okay. Six of Diamonds. 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, or before the end, not 6 months. The diamonds would be sometime this winter. So it could be 6 weeks from now, which would take us to like the middle of March. Before the end of the winter. Susie, should I pull back from him until I hear from him? I would, but let me ask the cards. Should we pull back a little bit? I would, yeah. Just a little bit. Oh, rose gold. Okay. You know what? Can you just send me the question again? This way I don't have to go searching for it. The labor pains. You know what? It took 2 days, and I wasn't really. You know, people are like, "Oh, I was in labor for 2 days." I wasn't. I mean, it was like they were trying to, and I had some cramping, but it really wasn't that bad for me. Maybe other people have had different experiences, but. And then when it did start to get a little intense, they couldn't give me any pain medication because she was sleeping, and they said that if she was sleeping, the pain medication could send her into distress. If she was awake, it would just put her to sleep. So I had to suffer through it. But it's even that, it still wasn't that bad. For me, anyway. Okay, AJ. What are his current thoughts about me? Okay, current thoughts. He's a little bit anxious. So upright, this is like really anxious, like maybe not being able to sleep and that kind of stuff. In reverse, he's a little anxious about the situation. If you haven't had much communication with him, he comes in out of the blue, wanting to talk and discuss your relationship or discuss the future. There could be discussing your relationship or where it's headed in the future. I think he's a little bit worried. I think this person cares about you, but he can't get out of his own way to get himself back on the right track. But that's, you know, might not be forever. All right, I'm looking for rose gold here. Hang in. Okay, is the man I'm on a break from talking to someone else or thinking about me? Okay, let's see. Are they talking to someone else? I'm getting a 70% chance they are talking to somebody else, but they're still thinking about you, regardless. I think where am I here? I did that one. AJ, I did. RZ, what's going on between Shifa and Always? Okay, let's see. So at the very best, for them, there could have been like some passionate moments, or there could have been some kind of hooking up. But basically what it's showing is the Judgment card is in reverse. So they both kind of know it's not meant to be, or it's not gelling. The Hangman is upright, which means that the relationship isn't moving forward. And the Three of Pentacles is in reverse, which means the relationship between the two of them is not based in solid ground. So they may know that there's nothing holding them together. And there's also some regret around the situation. So I don't know what the relationship is between the two of them, but I'm assuming that if they're like a couple or somebody that you think could be a couple, I'm not so sure that it's going to, I don't think it's going to turn into that. It could have been something like the Ace of Wands could be like a passionate night. It could be something that happened, but it doesn't turn into anything after that. And it's almost like the two people kind of regret it. Elantra, is Marky going to communicate with me this week? That's okay. You always ask. I'll tell you a really quick funny story after. Yeah, I think there's going to be communication. I can't lock it into this week because timing can be difficult, but I'm going to say that between now and over the next 2 weeks, there should be communication. So like 100 years ago, one of my friends, she used to throw these really great keg parties, like when we were in high school. And this guy who I had a crush on came, but he didn't stay very long, but he still came. And for the rest of the night, I kept asking my one friend, I'm like, but do you think it was good that he came? And she was like, yeah. And like all night, like I just needed to keep asking the question. And even like today, like every once in a while, she'll send me text messages. She'll be like, no, really, man, you think it was good it came? All night. And I would like, she would be like, yes, I think it was good he came. I just had to, like, I needed the reassurance from her all night. And it was like, we were probably up partying all night until like the morning hours back then. And she was like, enough, please, I can't answer you again. But sometimes we just need that. It's okay. Oh. Valia, what will M decide after we meet in February? Okay. What will M decide after we meet in February? Okay. Okay, so I don't know what the decision is that he has to make, but this is what the cards are saying. If you and him are going to meet, maybe you've never met before, it looks like you're both going to be working hard on the relationship. You guys could have a spiritual connection. There could be a creative project or something, some activity that you do together that's creative. It looks like if this is a potential relationship between the two of you, you both can work hard at making this relationship work. And I think that it would be successful. Now, let's just say you're friends, the same thing would apply. The final outcome is success. So whatever the decision is that he needs to make, it turns out being successful. I don't know what the exact decision is, but I think that it's going to be a positive meeting with a chance for things to move forward. Queen, what can I expect from Mercury retrograde between me and George? All right. What is that? My God. You may be taking a leap of faith. Use your intuition. You're prepared to move forward, or he may be prepared to move forward. He feels like he's got choices. There's decisions that have to be made. So here's the thing, under Mercury retrograde, if you're not with someone, so this is what I would say. If you're not dating somebody right now, it would not be a good time to start a new relationship. However, it's a good time to get back into a relationship with somebody you used to be with. On the other hand, if you break up with somebody under Mercury retrograde and you've never broken up before, chances are you get back together under Mercury retrograde. If you have broken up before and you break up again under Mercury retrograde, this could be the final time and the breakup takes. So what I'm thinking is, it's very possible that George returns under Mercury retrograde. Let's see what happens. Or at least it can start. You know what I mean? Like there could be a start of forward movement. April. When will Jesse contact me? Okay, time in question. Seven of Diamonds. It could be as soon as a week, 7 days from now, or sometime this winter. So you probably have about another 6 weeks or so at the very latest. I don't think you're gonna have to wait that long. It could also be like February 7th. Sweet thing. Why is the distance and lack of communication? Okay. There's heartbreak around him. Heartbreak or a hard time around him, and he's feeling very stuck. It could have something to do with money. It also could be that he's frightened like hell with somebody, and his home has been turned upside down. He may be going through a hard time, and he's just not up for discussing it. Or maybe he may not want anyone to know. April, how is Jesse feeling about me? He's feeling a little bit burdened. I don't know, he's feeling a little unstable, but it's like he wants more, or his wish is for more, and he's wishing for balance. And he's wishing for happiness. Like that's what he wants. That's how he feels. It just doesn't seem like he can get himself there yet. But this is like what's going on today, tomorrow, the day after. This isn't long term. I think he is going to step forward. I just think that sometimes it's like he's his own worst enemy. Like he can't get out of his own way. He can't just pull himself up from the bootstraps and move things forward. Like, what are you waiting for? April, will my dad be able to buy a new house this year? Okay. Yeah, I think he's going to buy a new house this year. Maria, how will I feel when I post my pics on Instagram with Jay? undecided, and like karma is not on his side. He's not going to be happy with this. Definitely not going to be happy. Feeling like he put in a lot of effort and got nowhere or got lost. Miranda, finances for February. You may be feeling a little bit financially unstable in the month of February. February is a funny month because it's short. So, I mean, it's hard, you know, it's not short by that many days, but to me, it's like a month that's short 2 or 3 days, you know, like there's an opportunity there to lose a lot of money. But the bills are the same, you know, like you only have 28 days to pay the same bills that you normally would have 31 to pay. So February is a funny month. It looks like you have much more strength around your financial stuff moving into the springtime. There's also going to be an offer, possibly a new job or a new business opportunity coming in March, late March, early April. That may, you may be undecided about what to do, but I think that it's going to help bring in extra money, and it may be something that you can do on the side. I think February may be a little bit shitty when it comes to money, or a little bit of a struggle. Rose Gold, do you think the new person he's talking to, will their relationship progress, or will we get back together? Okay. Will he progress with the new person that he's talking to while they're on a break? You know, it doesn't look like it's going to progress too much, but it does look like he's trying to keep his options open. I think that he's kind of afraid of being alone, and it almost seems like it's a little bit more of a rebound thing. Like, I'm not going to be the one that's alone, although I don't think that he would admit that. I think that he may say things like he's fine being alone. I don't think their relationship takes off. But I do think that he's trying to see what's going on out there, or see who's around and keep his options open. Beautifully. Love reading. Okay. Use your intuition when it comes to love. You have a relationship with a fire sign around you that can transform, or if you don't know this person yet, they may be entering a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. They may be pursuing you hard, and they could come in out of the blue. The relationship will move forward very quickly with them if you want it. Use your intuition. They come in with magic and an offering of love. They may seem like they're a little bit too good to be true, and they may be a little bit over the top at the moment. They're a fire sign, so they're passionate. If you are with somebody right now, it could be that your current relationship moves forward or moves to the next level. If you're not with anyone right now, I think you're going to have a really passionate fire sign coming in. All right, now who was that? I think that was for Beautiful. Okay, that was for Beautifully. Next person is Maria. Does S miss me, and will he contact me before he gets married? Okay. He definitely misses you. I'm only getting a 33% chance that he contacts you before he gets married. So you may have to focus a little bit more on that if that's what you want him to do, because it's not showing very strong right now that he's going to contact you. Maria, how does Mo see me? Sees you as being balanced, incredibly smart, intuitive, loving, and they have a lot of respect for you. I don't know what your relationship is to this person, but you make them very happy, or there's happiness around the situation. April, what can I expect in February generally? A creative project pops up with a Taurus, or a spiritual project pops up. It could be both. You could be working on something creatively. You can also be working on something spiritually, whether it's a new spiritual practice, energy work, yoga, meditation, whatever. Whatever it is going to bring you to a place where like divine intervention is taking you. So you're going to get something out of it. So for example, if a friend or somebody is like, oh, come with me to a kirtan chanting. Now, if you've never been to one, you kind of feel like an idiot when you're there for the first 5 minutes. And the same thing with Kundalini yoga. You kind of feel like an ass for the first 5 minutes. But then all of a sudden you don't care anymore and you get into it. So you might be led to a place like this in February and feel like an idiot and maybe not want to do it, but then really feel like you got something out of it and continue with it. Like Kundalini yoga, like they make you do these things. I don't teach it, but I've taken classes that are called Kriyas. I think that's what it's called. Where like you repeat this crazy motion, and sometimes you're repeating a chant. And I used to go with 2 of my friends, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And you really feel like, I felt like an ass for like the first 5 minutes. But then after like a few minutes, you don't even care anymore. And the same thing with the chanting, especially because you're chanting. So the person that's leading the chant is saying a chant that's not always the easiest to pronounce. And sometimes you kind of feel like, oh my God, what am I doing here? But it gets really intense and it's very cleansing. I don't know. I listen, I'm open to trying it all. And I always like all of it. Valia, will Em and I get married in 2020 or 2021? I think so. I think it's probably closer to either the end of 2020 or 2021. But yeah, I think that there is marriage coming in. Queen of Swords, you said that he has choices. Does it mean that he has more choices other than me and Catherine? Okay, let's see. There's no one else is showing up right now, but it does show that he's going to have to take a leap of faith. You know, he may be coming to a point where he's realizing that all that glitters isn't gold over there with Catherine. He may need to take a leap of faith to either get himself out of that situation or, yeah, I'm not sold on the connection the 2 of those people have. You know, and I know that sometimes people get married for a boatload of reasons that have nothing to do with love or companionship, financial security, all kinds of other bullshit, but their relationship doesn't, like, it comes off, I hate to say this, like very gray, like a rainy day, like a day, almost like a day where it's not even raining, but like the clouds are hovering. It just doesn't come off to me like a passionate love relationship. And that may be something he's chewing on over these last couple of months. RZ, does Aways think me as the second option, or does he not make any move, and should I just move on? Okay, let's see. Is Aways thinking of us as a second option, or something to fall back on? No, they don't think of you like that. I don't think that they may feel a little bit unbalanced in themselves, but they're not coming off as like keeping you on the side and making you wait, like going out and trying all these other options and keeping you in, you know, on the side. And if I can't find anything better, well, then I'm going to get stuck with this one. It's not how it comes off. Now, my whole opinion on moving on, you know, there is nothing wrong with putting yourself out there and being open to other options. On the other hand, I'm not telling you that you have to write this person off. The only time that I think somebody can be really detrimental is if they're physically or emotionally abusing you, if they're undecided, if they're with a third party, if they're figuring things out, if they've been a toad and they're not getting back to you and they're ignoring you and ghosting you. All right, those are shitty things, but they're forgivable, right? It's not like somebody is physically hurting you as your physical body or emotionally hurting you. I think being open to other options, like if somebody were to show up tonight and ask you out on a date and you had an interest in them, I would tell you that you were crazy not to give them a chance. But if it's somebody that you're like, I'm really not interested, I really don't want to go out with this person, I wouldn't tell you to do it just to move on. I hate when people do that. People are like, because like sometimes, like the woman that I used to see years ago would say things like, well, who cares if you don't like him, just go out with him. I would rather spend time with my dog. That's more fun to me. I would rather be with Dylan, you know, and that's what I would say to her. Well, at the time I had a crazy Weimaraner, Kayla. And I'm like, I would rather be with Kayla. I don't want to go out with somebody and spend my precious time with somebody I know I'm not into. But I think that keeping other people around you is, if you have enough of an interest, is healthy. It's always good to have more choices. For you to be the one with the choices and not the other person, I think that it gives you a leg up on the situation. Oh, let me just check the time here. Oh, I can't even see it. I think it's 1:53. All right. I can continue for a little bit longer because I have an appointment. But then I'm going to come back on again. Ashmita, should I message or back off until RJ gets in touch? I would back off. You don't have to wait for him to get in touch, but I would just give it a day or two, or a little bit of time before you reach out again. April, what do you see for the future in me and my ex, the Taurus? What's going on with April and the Taurus? Use your intuition. The relationship with this person right now is not changing fast. So right now you may be in a standstill with them, and there could be heartbreak around the situation. There's a delay when it comes to happiness, but I hate to say this because you know what? If I left it like that and I told you, you know what? Forget about this guy. He's never going to come back. You're never going to hear from him again. Then maybe you could digest that and move on. Unfortunately, you're going to go through a little bit of heartache with this person, but then they come back. And they come back, and there's a chance for the relationship to move forward. So, you know, it's so much easier sometimes to say, and that's sometimes why I used to go. I used to go because I wanted the person to tell me it's over, he's not coming back, and then I would be able to swallow that pill and move on. But I do think eventually the Taurus comes back and you may have a second chance with them. I wouldn't spend your whole life waiting for it, and I wouldn't, you know, like, I'm not saying your whole life from now until the time you die, but I mean, like, I wouldn't spend your days and nights waiting to hear from him. I would continue moving on with your life and doing different things and staying busy and focused on other things. But I think eventually this guy's coming back. Bria, did the Cap receive my letter in the mail, and did he read it? Okay, let's see. Did he receive the letter? I don't think he received it yet. I mean, it could be in the mailbox and he didn't get it yet. I'm the worst person in the world when it comes to checking the mail. I don't know why. Like, I can go out and run 10 miles like it's nothing, but he asked me to walk to the mailbox, and I'm like the laziest bitch you ever want to meet. I don't know what the problem is. So it may be in his mailbox and he just didn't go and get the mail yet. I don't think he read it yet. Aaliyah, general insight on how to move forward positively. Okay, let's see. If you want to talk privately, feel free to email me, because I recently went through an unplanned pregnancy myself. So if you wanted to talk privately, you can feel free to email me. You're going to make it to the top of the mountain. You're coming through this. Whatever you decide, you will come through this. And you do have happy times coming in. My thing here is that when you're dealing with being positive in circumstances that can be really negative or really hard to deal with, I found being open to the possibility. Okay, so when it comes to anything, like even like now, like I'm a yoga teacher, so if I don't work, I don't make any money. I don't get sick days. So I have had to take a leap of faith and rely on whatever I make on my YouTube channel and private readings to survive while I'm out on maternity leave. And for me, I had to say to myself, make a decision to stay positive, and you're just going to have faith. You're going to have faith that things are going to work out. And if you have to pay the phone bill late, then you pay the phone bill late. What's going to happen? Or if you have to cancel cable for a couple of months, cancel cable. It'll work out. So to me, it's like being open to the possibilities that things can change, and being open to the possibilities of what, I hope that this is the same person with the unplanned. I think it is. But either way, positivity is positivity. Always trying to stay on the positive side of things when things can be really negative, can be difficult. But just in that moment, just to stop and think, what's the possibility? There are people out there that have had it much harder than me that have survived. There are people that, for whatever reason, like I always say, I'm like, my great-grandmother had 13 children. She had 13 children. Everybody ate. Somehow she managed to feed them all. we will survive. One way or another, we'll survive. And that's what I use to get through negativity. Let me tell you, I can get really negative. I can throw my hands up in the air and get really negative. But whatever the situation is that you are face to face with, just thinking that no matter what I decide, I am going to be okay. I'm going to move forward and things are going to work out right for me. And just always, like, that's what I kept saying to myself. Like, it's going to work out. You're just going to have faith. Things are going to work out. Everything is going to work out. And just having faith in that. And like growing up, I was really like kind of religious, which was weird because my family wasn't, but I really had a lot of belief in God and the spirit world. And I felt very let down probably around after the time my mother died, which I was in my early 20s when she died, feeling like, I've always done the right thing and I've never been rewarded for anything. And I had friends that were such shitheads that it just seemed like everything always flowed to them easily. And I got really angry, and I was angry for a long time. And then I just started to think like, and I've also worked with a lot of coaches that were like, either you can have faith and you can make positive things happen for you, or you can play the victim all the time and feel sorry for yourself. But what has that gotten you? Nothing. So you know what? Just being open to the possibility that things will work out for me. I am going to be okay no matter what I decide, and moving forward in that. And like I said, if you wanted to talk, if you're the one with I can't remember, I think that you were the one with the pregnancy thing, you can email me because, like I said, I just went through it. And I could, I might even have a video about it on my channel, but, if you really wanted to talk about it, I'm on maternity leave, I got time. All right, let's cut off these super chats now, only because I have that appointment at 3 o'clock. It's a phone reading that I got to do. And I'll be on later on. I'll probably come back on around 5:30 or 6. Meg's general. Meg's. Life moves forward quickly. February into the spring. You got a Virgo around you that may come in out of the blue that you have a good connection with. It's something that's fated, a fated meeting. New business opportunity could come in. There may be a lot of passion around you. Now, I don't know if it's with the Virgo or the Virgo is somebody else that comes in. And what it could be, too, is, the way you read these cards. It could be a business opportunity comes in and you feel very passionate about it. I think that there is going to be a fated or a destined meeting with this Virgo. It could be a love connection. I'm not seeing a love connection right now, but it just could be somebody very significant. Like, there are people that enter our lives that we have connections with that are just as important as our lovers, if not more. And I think that you've got one coming in. If it's not February, it's coming in soon. The timing thing can be a real pain in the neck. Megs, what are my spiritual gifts? Okay, let's go to the spirit cards for that. Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising new business adventure. I think that you've got a head for business. I know that doesn't sound like a spiritual gift because people tend to think that spirituality and money don't go hand in hand, but that's bullshit. There's nothing wrong with being affluent. A complex decision, and you're going to need to stop procrastinating. I think your intuition is super strong. I also think that you might have the gift of clairaudient. You may hear things. Trust that when you hear it. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice. And you may excel in charity work. I think your intuition is very strong. I think that you could hear things sometimes. And I also think that you're an empath. Which, I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. Bad enough you got to feel your own pain. You got to feel other people's pain. Unfortunately, if you feel it, you can't you can't shut it. I've never been able to shut it off. I don't know if some people can. Maria, how does S feel about me and Jay? Are you and Jay a couple? And is this like how they feel about knowing that you guys are together? I'm going to just pull some cards and see what I come up with. If you guys aren't together, then I can go back and look. You've now taken the wind out of his sails. So S is feeling very weak. They may come in out of the blue and express that. I don't think that they're happy. I think that they may be feeling like they were blindsided by this. They didn't see it coming. Or they thought that they had more time. I don't think that they like it at all. Let me put it to you that way. Maria, does Jay feel he's losing me? Or he's getting tired of me? Okay. He does fear losing you. I don't think he's getting tired of you. I think if anything, he feels like he's losing you. I mean, he feels like he could be afraid of losing you. I don't think he's getting tired of you. Coco, what is Kay thinking or wanting to do next? What's going on with Kay? What are her plans? All right now she's feeling a little bit stuck. She's also feeling a little bit burdened. She may be afraid to move forward, but that's not going to last for long because she's going to take a spin on the Wheel of Fortune, take a leap of faith, and she should be reconnecting with you. And the Lover's card is a soulmate relationship. Nana 90. What are Jesus Z Aries intentions? Okay. What are the Aries intentions? If this is somebody from your past, they're coming back. They're coming back with an offering that's going to be really hard to refuse. However, they're feeling very anxious around this situation. Here's the Aries, the fire sign. They're also feeling very burdened, but they're going to change that. So I don't know if you're speaking to them or what kind of terms you're on with them right now, but it looks like they want to approach you or they want to reconcile or they're looking to come back. They have a whole lot of anxiety about it, but they're going to do it anyway. They're going to push through it anyway. Might not happen today, but it's coming. Alyssa, how does the girl in my first class feel about me? She feels like you're very creative. She also feels like that you may not be pursuing things as strong as you should. She feels like your life can move forward fast if you got out of your own way. She also thinks that you're incredibly smart. Siba, how does T feel when I messaged him yesterday? He felt like he was waiting for his ship to come in, and then you texted him and the ship came in. He feels like he's going to be working hard at the connection that you have or working hard at communication. He feels like he has no choices around him. He feels a little stuck in himself. Use your intuition when you deal with him. Balance comes into this situation when you use your intuition. So go with your gut. It may have been also a sense of relief when you reached out to him. Isla wants general love and then general money. Okay, so let's do love first. Walking away from all that no longer serves you. Letting go of feeling bad about things that happened in the past. Prepared to move forward. Working hard at taking your life in a different direction. Leaving the past betrayals behind you. And divine intervention steps in. If you're not with anyone right now, you might have to take a leap of faith. But there's going to be someone that comes in that's going to be a soulmate connection, maybe an air sign, Leo, a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Use your intuition when you meet them. The relationship can get very passionate. All right, now let's look for money. You've got choices when it comes to money and feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain. If you were feeling like you put in a lot of effort and didn't see a payoff, you're going to get your payoff now. You have a lot of financial stability coming in. You even have a new business opportunity. Once again, use your intuition. There's a whole lot of money coming in. The Ten of Pentacles doesn't have to be money that you worked for. It could be money that's gifted to you, somebody gives it to you, or an inheritance, a tax return, something like that. Although a tax return is money that you worked for, you just overpaid. But regardless, if you were to get an extra $1,000 back, it would be, I would be happy. I always end up having to pay. We are up to Siba. What's coming up ahead with me and T this month? It looks like you're going to be either seeing more of each other or more communication. Wherever you are right now, things are going to pick up a little bit to the next level. So if you don't talk that often, you're going to be talking more. If you talk a lot but you don't see each other that often, you're going to start to see each other more. You're going to be feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain and that things are finally starting to move forward on the love front. Isla, is Jade the Libra my divine counterpart? Oh, no, it's not funny. It's okay. I'm just going to ask if it's a soulmate relationship because I don't believe for 1 second that there is just one person that we comb the earth for to find and then we find them, we're with them forever. I know it's like that in the Disney movies and we grow up believing that, but that's just not how it is. Think about it. Like I always say to people, I'm like, when I was in 6th grade, I had this wicked crush on this kid named Jason. I used to hang out outside his house and he used to tell me to go home. But I wasn't taking that for an answer. I was hanging out there. And now I look back and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't end up with Jason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes the person that we think now is right for us, in hindsight, we're like, well, that's a good thing that that didn't work out. It's definitely a soulmate relationship. The thing is that soulmate relationships can be difficult and there is a delay when it comes to happiness. So it could take some time to get the two of you on the right page. But, and it could be up and down, back and forth a little bit. Soulmate relationships are not easy. Love, love. Is it love or obsession with C? I miss him so much. Okay. Is it love with C? You got a good connection. I got a 99% chance that your emotions are real and that it's not just an obsession. But if you know your chart, Neptune can cause obsession sometimes. So there may be a Neptune thing going on, but I don't know. According to the cards, it shows that your emotions are very real. Okay, did I finish the super chats? Great. Okay, moderators, I can get you guys in. Oh, Scorpios are obsessed. Scorpio rules the 8th house. They're all about the underground. They're ruled by Pluto, and they're just... And then they're not only obsessed with people, but they're obsessed... When they get on an obsession, they just can't let it go. SARS. Well, Patrick officially asked me out when he comes around in July. Okay. You know what? I think he's going to, and you're going to have choices. So you may be the one that may not choose him. I'm going to answer for Tarot Lover because I remember seeing this last night and I don't believe I answered. Does he miss me? Okay, let me answer that quick. And I'm going to be on in a couple of hours again. So if I didn't get to you, I'll do my best to get to you later. He does miss you. Mel, how does Dolores feel about me? Okay. Have you had ups and downs with Dolores? It shows like anxiety on one hand, but then feeling very connected to you on another. It also shows that around her, she feels like she makes it to the top of the mountain, or maybe you work on the relationship, you come so far, and then all of a sudden something falls through. I think that she wants things to be better between the two of you. I think that it's going to take a little bit of strength and a little bit of work, but I think you can improve this situation if you want to. I think that Dolores wants either it to grow or to be on a more stable ground. I don't know. Was Brandy here? I don't remember seeing Brandy. Sometimes these go by so fast, I don't even know who's here and who's not. All right. All right. I don't see Brandy. Okay. Either way, I'm going to go now because I have to get ready for this appointment. And I will be back, let's say 5:30, 6 o'clock. All right. I'll see you guys then. And if I didn't get to you this time, I'm going to try to get to you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.